Parker brought here to win a title. Her team needed that in this moment.
You're human, let's go!
Parker to tie! You bet! Candace Parker starting to burst into tears. Mission accomplished for the first time. The Chicago Sky are WNBA champions.
We're champions for life now.
The Chicago Kid has brought a title to her hometown.
That was amazing. Look at the city, man. They all showed up. They all showed up.
Here she is, newly minted two-time WNBA champion, Candace Parker, joining us here on SportsCenter. So we saw a range of emotions there, Candace. We saw the crying on the court. We saw the joy afterwards. Now that you've had a little bit of time to reflect on this championship, what does this one mean?
It means so much. You know, when you are able to start playing basketball someplace and then, you know, be able to come back home as an adult, bring your child back home to where you started playing the game and win a title. I mean, it's honestly more than I could ever dream, playing in front of my family and friends who were first there when I picked up the ball.
I've heard you talk about the significance of that second one. You got 2 gold medals, 2 championships at Tennessee, and now that second WNBA championship. Why does that second one resonate with you so much?
You know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I think people can luck up on something once, you know, but it's really hard to luck up on something twice. If you want to cement something, you do it again. And winning that first title in LA was a dream come true. There's nothing like the first one, but then to do it again at home, I don't know, it rivals the first one.
You become an icon for the supermom now. That's something you embrace?
You know, I really feel like being a mom is a superpower in itself. There's so many moms. I was talking to Sydney LaRue the other day, and I was just explaining to her that, you know, the only thing that really bothers me about my daughter, I thought she'd grow out of it at 12, is when I'm holding the entire world in my hands and we're walking somewhere and she has a piece of trash and she just wants to give it to me. And somehow you find the ability to take, you know, figuratively or literally, the trash that your child hands you and you figure out what to do with it. And so I think that being a mom is a complete superpower.
You made a speech on the podium that sounded like it was really something deeply from the heart about letting your actions speak for you rather than talking a good game. For people who didn't hear it, it went viral, but for people who didn't hear it, let's play a little bit of it and we'll get your thoughts on it.
I think sometimes you don't have to tell your story, time will. And I think that, like, that's something that I've lived by. And I think everybody up here has had that moment where they felt like they have to tell their side of the story. And you don't have to. Like, just put your head down, continue to work, do what's right, be a good person, work hard, give energy, and, like, the world will give back to you. So I think that's my message with all of this is, like, you don't have to yell from the rooftops who you are or what you do. Like, let time tell and just enjoy the moment.
So expound on that a little bit about what that meant, about letting your actions talk for you.
I think it's so important, you know, especially in this day and age. You don't know when you're judging somebody's story. And I think a lot of times we prejudge. So I think sometimes you don't have to explain things. Just let time tell. And I think that's the journey that I've been on, especially these last 4 or 5 years. As you get older in your craft, there are a lot of questions that come about. And I think sometimes you just have to put your head down. You know who you are. And it's just about putting your head down, working, and let time tell your story. Always great to talk to you. We look forward to seeing you throughout the rest of the season on your other gig as an analyst over at Turner. Great having you here. I appreciate it. I watch you all every night. Thank you so much for having me.